Increased prevented plant acres in the region this year mean increased cover crop acreage, which can be grazed after September 1st. NDSU Extension Specialist Dr. Abbey Wick takes a look at full season cover crop options for grazing in this week's Soil Health Minute.
With the cold, wet spring, Prevent Plant has been on the front of a lot of people's minds. So here on campus, Marisol Berti with NDSU Plant Sciences seeded a bunch of different cover crop mixes for grazing. And so I want to take a look at some of those for this Soil Health Minute on what some of these different species look like and how they've grown in the last 7 weeks. When looking at a full season grazing mix, sorghum is often a component in that mix. And one of the things that Marisol's looked at over the past several years is seeding rate of sorghum. It's a very competitive grass, so if you seed it at too high of a rate, the other species in your cover crop mix may not be expressed. In this plot, she's got a sorghum hybrid that's seeded at 2 pounds per acre. But we also have some of the other species like millet coming through, and then also oats. Here's another option for a full season cover crop, and this one has 2 types of legumes in it. So it has the faba bean and then also peas. And one of the things that I like about using faba bean over peas is that you can see how peas really wrap around everything and create a kind of, could be a difficult residue to plant into next year. But faba beans are more upright, and it's something that maybe will be easier for planting next year. One of the interesting things about looking at these plots is that when you look at the alleyways where tillage is used to manage weeds, you can see the flush of weeds that's coming up in these areas. But as we move into the cover crop plots, you can see how the cover crops are competing and keeping those weeds smaller or not in here at all. In a prevent plant situation, managing the weeds using some form of competition is really critical in preparing the field for next year. If you're looking to use a full season cover crop, either specifically for grazing or in a prevent plant scenario, these are some great options. But we do have more information from research that's being done at NDSU in our Grazing Cover Crops booklet, which can be found at ndsu.edu/soilhealth.